explain in the videos for just a second. It's basically a 2009 RZR 800, and you'll notice there's a few pieces missing. Like from the factory, there's a bar that comes up here across and mounts up here, and then there's a 3-point harness that goes from here, hooks at the bottom like a car, and then there's a receiver on the other side, and all that stuff gets in the way of transferring in. That's one of the reasons I chose the RZR as well, is because the transfer height is not much higher than a standard wheelchair height. A couple recommendations for those of you looking to get into this. Spend the time and effort to put a 5th point harness in, and when we're talking 5th point, we're talking this harness right down in the crotch. It's also called an anti-dive or an anti-submarine belt, and in a lot of applications it's to keep you from sliding out of the bottom of the waist belt in an accident if you hit hard in the front. The 5-point harness refers to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And you probably also noticed me putting something around my wrists while we were driving, and what those are is wrist restraints. I happen to run these Crows like they used to run in the sprint cars, and they hook around the 5th point so that when you unbuckle, you'll see the buckled set on the other side. When you unbuckle, the entire set comes out at once, and you can exit the vehicle if you need to in an emergency. But at the same time, it keeps your hands from getting between the cage and the ground and having to tip it over. That's the whole idea, is to be able to reach the controls that you need to without having your hands be able to reach the case. And that substitutes for the netting that they originally had that ran across this thing. Other modifications are the hand controls, and I copied actually my dad and I copied who makes those? The company out of Canada, and this is throttle back and then brake forward, and you'll see they're just hooked to the pedals underneath. It's a relatively simple mechanism. Sure Grip makes a set of these from the catalog that you can just buy, and it bolts on, and my dad and I built this out of stuff in the garage. So in the videos, whenever you see the throttle significantly past the steering wheel, you know we're trying to get somewhere. And if you ever see the whole mechanism way forward, you know it's brake on. So hope that helps a little bit. I also put 2-inch wheel spacers all the way around, just to widen it up a little bit for the side hilling in the sand, and added a set of aftermarket wheels.